Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Dad with Dad Does Real Estate. Just giving you a quick little week 7 update. Week 6 didn't go as well as I wanted it to. We've been dealing with getting the electricians out. They had to do work on the outside, so we had pretty bad weather on Tuesday, so they had to reschedule to start work on Wednesday, which went fine, except the utility companies is moving really slow on getting all the stuff that we need from them. So the electricians got the work done. We're waiting on AES, our local utilities, to come out and turn the power back on and install the second meter. So with that, after that's done, we get the power turned back on. We got separate meters, and we've officially turned the single family into a duplex. I would say that that's not for everybody. If you're new, you might not want to do that. Fortunately, I've already got a converted duplex, so I've went through a lot of the trial and tribulations of how that works. This is the first time that I've had actually create a new address. So that part wasn't too hard. It's just getting people to come out and do things that they need to do. I understand that the utilities is responsible for millions of people, and I'm not the only one out there. But getting a clear answer when you call somebody is usually, I would appreciate that. But, that's part of the process. Not everything's going to work out well. So once we get that on, we're down to getting the deck rebuilt, which we might be able to get that done early this week. Into this weekend if we get the power back turned on. Painting, so we're down to paint. We're down to really finishing things, painting, doing some finishing touches, and then the upstairs unit, if we get that the power turned on and the deck rebuilt, we'd be able to be renting that in a couple weeks. I know I've probably said that before, but I mean, I've learned that everything's going to move a little slower. I'm not in a rush to get the unit rented out. I'm just saying that's a possibility moving forward. And in the downstairs unit, I would say by beginning of March, we should be able to rent that out. So I've been exploring some opportunities on how to get out of my hard money loan. Usually there's a seasoning process with that. If you're going to get into like a traditional loan, they're not going to let you take any cash out. They may let you refinance it, just depending on the bank. There's so many different banks out there. And then I ran into another opportunity where the bank will give you opportunity to turn it into basically your property into a line of credit for you can borrow off your property, which is interesting. But they say you can't have it in an entity. It has to be in your personal name. So I talked to my CPA about that. They said they really are not familiar with that process, and they feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of selling a product. I guess they kind of sold it under the terms, this is good for a business owner because you can borrow equity without having to do a refinance and stuff like that. But having it in personal name is definitely something that I'm a little worried about. So I'm going to get some more information, consult with some people that know a lot more than me. But right now, I'm waiting on a wholesaler that actually I grew up with him. He's a follower of the channel. Me and him's been in conversations about some things, going to meetups, meeting with some people. He came across the property that he doesn't have under contract yet, but he called me to see what we can partner together to see what we can figure out on this do a partnership. So waiting for him. Wanted to do a quick video, give you guys an update. This property, we're gonna sit down and discuss for about a half hour before we go talk to the owner. All I really know right now is it's about 4 or 5 blocks away from the property I'm working on now. So supposedly it's a decent house. I haven't seen it. I haven't even got the address yet. He's gonna give me the address when he gets here. Supposedly the woman that owns the house could be losing the house in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So we want to see in there and see if everybody can win, if we can get her out of whatever situation she's in, and we can add a decent home for the portfolio. So we're going to evaluate all the numbers. Me and him's going to sit down. Like I said, he's new to the investing game. So he's trying to get his foot in through wholesaling. So we're gonna go over all that. I'll give you an update. I will say, on the house I showed the video of the other day, it was not a bad house inside. The area, it's kind of has some work going on in it, but it had I don't think I explained this in the original video. You had to go down a whole city block and then turn into an alley to go back that whole city block just to park. I don't like that. That's going to be a big hit to the ARV or potential selling down the road. So I made a aggressive offer, knowing most likely that they wouldn't take it, and they didn't. Just based on that driveway, I'd have to figure a situation out for that. But I think I see some opportunity in that. But at the price they want, there's no possible way that I would take on that project. It doesn't make financial sense for me. It's an empty house. I do know that the homeowner is deceased, so I don't know who has control of it. It's going through a wholesaler. The wholesaler, I don't feel, was like completely off on the ARV. I always feel like, you know, they're going to take the highest numbers and I'm going to take the lowest numbers. So that's how it's going to work. And I did express to him that I was concerned about the driveway situation, and he said that he ran into some other investors that came and looked at it and they had the same concern. So, you know, I'll let that one set. You know, if they want to come back and we can get it at the number I offered, then I'm definitely interested. I'd have to get my contractors out there and do it a little deeper, and maybe even talk to the city, because I think there's an opportunity where we could fix that whole parking situation. But like I said, that's not even something I'm going to waste my time on unless I get close to the price that I want. So if you guys have any questions about what I'm doing, or any of the properties that I'm looking at, or the property I'm working on, or potential properties, or if you guys want to work with me in the future, just let me know. We'll be buying all year. Like I said in my previous video, my goal is to do at least 10 properties. So by the end of the year, when I do 20 properties, it'll be even better. So anyways, ask any questions in the comments, subscribe, share. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.